Hey guys, John Roy here. Well, I'm planning on going on the Way of St. James, or El Camino de Santiago again. Here's the packing list that I'm planning on taking on the Portuguese Way in 2018. So right away, the most important thing is to not bring too much weight. You're going to be walking for long distances every day, and you need to make sure that you're not carrying too much and messing up your back, your legs, your knees, your ankles, everything. The single most important tool or piece that you're going to bring with you is your shoes. Your hikers, and depending on what time of year you're going and what season you're going in is depending on what kind of shoes you're going to want. I'll be going in the summer, so I can get something that's nice, lightweight, low cut, and I don't need to worry about them being waterproof. If you're going in the spring, you want to make sure they're waterproof because there's a ton of rain. And if you're going in the winter, well, you're probably going to want high cut boots that are going to be a lot warmer and also waterproof. The other pair of shoes I'm bringing are flip-flops. That's the only shoes you'll need. Flip-flops you'll wear at the end of the day when you go into the showers, as well as walking around town, going to get supper, going to the grocery store, whatever you have. Of course, the next most important thing is your backpack. Generally, I'd recommend using a 35 liter or 40 liter backpack. You shouldn't need more than that. However, I'm personally planning on bringing some more camera gear with me when I do the Camino, so I am actually taking a 50 liter bag. Then your next piece that you're going to want to worry about is your sleeping bag. Getting something, again, I'm going in the summer, so you don't need something very warm at all. A lot of people will go with just an inner sleeve or the inner lining to a sleeping bag that you can get. I've just gotten the lightest, smallest sleeping bag I can get. This can be compacted right down. You can use these buckles to make it even smaller, and it can be strapped to the outside of your bag as well. The other thing I recommend is bringing some bags with you. I usually bring one recycling big blue bag that I wrap around my bag when traveling with. That way all the straps don't get caught up in things, and it makes the airline people a lot happier. Ziploc bags are also handy to have for so many things, from toiletries to leftovers for food along the way, or making sandwiches for the following day to save money. Ziploc bags will be your friend. The other type of bag I like, you'll see it underneath all my toiletries here, is a freezer bag, a large freezer bag, which again is just great for keeping your toiletries or things like that in. Obviously you'll need a water bottle. Some people prefer a smaller version. I like to have the 1 liter bottle, so I don't have to worry about refilling as much. I can share if needed, and I'm never worrying about going thirsty. So also a quick dry towel is a fantastic thing. You can get microfiber towels. They run anywhere from $20 to $70 depending on the size and the style you want. This is an older one that's more like a ShamWow, if you know those commercials, but essentially it's not very fluffy and nice. It'll get the job done, it'll dry you, but it's not comfortable. So as far as clothing is concerned, I'm bringing 3 pairs of socks. You don't want to have to walk in wet socks. And if for any reason your socks from the previous day didn't dry, or you didn't have a chance to clean them, you're going to want that 3rd pair of socks, trust me. Other than that though, you only want 2 sets of clothes with you. The one set you're wearing and another set that's in your bag for the following day. So 2 pairs of quick dry underwear. Like I said, 3 pairs of quick dry short camping socks. I've got a quick dry hat that I'm bringing that's just really lightweight, quick dry. I'm also bringing a bandana, which will do the thing I love about bandanas is when you come to a fountain, you can take it off of your head, fill it up with water, and put it back on your head, and it feels fantastic. I'm bringing 2 shirts, so a quick dry t-shirt as well as a quick dry button-up shirt. These are both very lightweight. 1 pair of quick dry shorts, as well as 1 pair of quick dry pants that zip off into shorts. So essentially you've got 1 pair of pants and 2 pairs of shorts. I picked up this fleece for about 50 bucks. Fleece is also very warm and very comfortable, as well as very quick drying. So fleece is great, but if you have the money and want to spend it on it, merino wool is also fantastic. And the last piece of clothing I'm bringing is a raincoat. A lot of people will say to bring a poncho. That is your own choice. I tried a poncho on my first Camino, and I found that the wind caused the poncho to blow around a lot and didn't keep me as dry as I'd like to have been. So a raincoat is the way I'm going this time. With that raincoat, to keep my bag dry though, I do have a bag cover. So that is, if it starts raining, I pull it out, cover my bag. As a side note, a lot of bags you get nowadays will come with a rain cover included. So check that before you go out and buy a separate one. So as far as toiletries are concerned, I won't be bringing this size of sunscreen, but you're gonna want sunscreen. So get one of the travel size ones and bring that with you. And as I'm on the subject of this type of thing, always get the smallest size of everything and buy more as you go. One of my favorite things that I found last time, Vicks Vaporub. You can find this in Spain and you can find it in Canada, and I assume most of the rest of the world as well. This stuff is what a lot of people rubs on their chest or their back when they have a cold to help them to breathe clear. What I use it for is my feet. Before you start walking in the morning, you rub your feet with this, then pull your socks on. And then when you take a break for lunch, you air out your feet, as you'll find is a very nice thing to do. And before you put your socks and shoes back on, you put a bit more on again. This is gonna cool down your feet. It's also gonna decrease the friction between your foot and your sock, meaning a lot less blisters. And trust me, you don't want blisters. And deodorant, I prefer a roll-on, a nice small one, because it doesn't melt in the sun. A lip chap that's got SPF in it, you don't need a big one. Toilet paper, a lot of people will say just grab a regular roll of toilet paper, take the cardboard out and flatten it, that will work. You can also get camping rolls for about $1 a roll. Last Camino I did, I only used one of these rolls. I didn't find it to be a huge problem as I was going across the Camino, but I have heard of other people who have had problems, so I definitely recommend keeping some with you. Travel toothbrush, travel toothpaste, again, don't worry that these doesn't have much in it. You'll be able to get more along the way. A nice small travel floss. And one thing that, this is a shout out to Lindsay Cowie, check her out on YouTube. She's definitely got some great pointers and some great packing lists as well. One thing that she recommended to me was go to Lush and get one of these shampoo bars. You can use it to clean everything, except for your face, they tell me. So one of these can be used to clean your body, your hair, all your clothes, and I also got a little bar of the facial soap so that I can wash my face, but you can keep it all in this nice little tin. Let the bar dry out before closing it back up and putting it away, because otherwise it stays in a gelatinous form, which is not very nice to wash with. So, after toiletries, I recommend some of the small things here. Bring some clothespins. 10 clothespins ought to do your run. That gives you a clothespin per sock, 2 for your underwear, 2 for your shirt, 2 for your pants or shorts, and 2 for your towel. So what I recommend for your first aid kit is to bring yourself a travel sewing kit or something similar, which will have a bunch of thread as well as some needles. What you're going to need to do with those needles is cauterize it with a lighter, so bring yourself a lighter. And you're also going to need a band-aid. So you're going to thread your needle, you're going to cauterize it, you're going to stitch it through your blister, and then leave the string in and cut it off so that the string is left in the blister. This will help it to drain slowly, but not remove the outside layer of skin so that it's very tender to walk on later. And then you cover it with a bit of antiseptic. In Canada, it's called Polysporin, is a regular brand we use, and essentially we'll just make sure that no infection gets in there. You slap a plaster on there, and then the next morning you'll take the string out and you'll see it'll be drained and you'll have no pain walking on it, it'll be good to go. Some antiseptic pads, things like that are always handy to have. And one of the most handy pills you want to have while you're over there is a painkiller. But if you can find a painkiller with an anti-inflammatory in it, that's going to be hugely helpful. Because if you do tend to roll your ankle or twist your knee, anti-inflammatories are going to be a huge friend, especially with a painkiller. A spork is a thing that you're going to see everywhere. It's not 100% necessary, but you're gonna want the spoon side more than anything. And then I also recommend a Swiss Army knife. If you get one with a corkscrew attachment, you're going to make a lot of friends. As far as electronics go, I'm bringing the camera that I'm recording this on right now, so that's a Canon 70D. I'll put a picture here just so you can see what that looks like. And I'm also bringing a small bag to hold that. In this bag has 2 batteries plus the 3rd battery that's in there now, and a bunch of memory cards, because I'm not going to have any way to empty those memory cards till I get home, so I'm just going to bring a whole bunch and fill those up. Beyond that, for electronics, I've got my cell phone, the camera battery charger, a spare battery for my cell phone, which is something that is nice for Samsung users. I know iPhones don't have the same opportunity, but that's a really lightweight way to bring spare batteries as opposed to using one of those external USB batteries, which are quite heavy. Also, the charger that I have for my phone has an adapter built right in. that I can switch from my North American plug right over to the European plug, so that is guaranteed to work perfectly. However, I'm also bringing a couple of the European adapters, which are really easy to plug onto any North American plug and go. So that is fine. Also, I'm bringing a headlamp. And this particular headlamp I got from Canadian Tire. It's just a regular store here in Canada that sells car parts and camping goods and things like that, tools. And I found this one for $22, and it is a USB chargeable one, so I don't have to worry about finding batteries and going through batteries, and I just plug it in every night to charge it, and that will be fine. The only other things I mention is earplugs for sleeping at night, very important. Get some good earplugs, you're gonna want them. A notebook to keep your thoughts and email addresses and names and all kinds of things like that, recipes, whatever you like to do along the way. Trust me, a notebook is something I wish I had on my first Camino, and I will definitely bring with me on the second Camino. Your regular passport, which is something you will always keep on you, so make sure you have that, as well as your Pilgrim's passport, those two things. The Pilgrim's passport is something you can pick up either from your local Friends of the Camino group that you can find where in your local city, province, state, or country, or you can pick it up when you first start your Camino. Often you can pick it up at churches, wherever you're starting. You'll find a spot where you can get these. Sometimes they cost money, sometimes they don't, depending on where you get them. But you need this in order to get stamped every day so that you can stay in the hostels every night. This is what says that you're a pilgrim and allows you to stay in the albergues or the hostels for cheap every night. Sunglasses, I forgot to mention, they're also useful. Other than that, I would say don't carry more food than you need while you're walking. Only carry as much food as you're gonna eat through the day. So for the camera gear I'm bringing, like I said, I'm bringing my Canon 70D, but I'm also bringing an aperture microphone that's a directional microphone, which has what's called a dead cat on it. A dead cat is not as bad as it sounds. It's for the wind, and it goes on the end of your microphone so that you don't hear the wind. It's, trust me, something you always want to have if you're going to be filming outside. Sound quality is important. I'm also bringing a carbon fiber lightweight tripod, which will add some weight, but it's also going to add a lot of stability to my shots. And I'm bringing a circular polarizer, which is just going to make the sky look bluer. And because a lot of my videos are going to be done outside, it's going to make a lot of things pop and make it a lot nicer. So that's my packing list. I hope to hear from you down below in the comments as to what you thought I should add or should not have brought with me. Please feel free to share with all your friends, like, subscribe, and buen camino!